Welcome to Spiritual Nuggets Podcast, where you have the opportunity to enjoy His presence in miniature portions. These are not oversized, repetitive expressions that lose their value. They are nuggets, larger than a crumb, yet small enough for you to enjoy in a single sitting. So, take a moment to listen and let these nuggets feed your soul. One of the greatest stumbling blocks to humanity's faith in God is our unbelief in His sovereign will. Our minds tend to lean into tilt mode with the idea of God using affliction, tribulations, as an object lesson for divine teaching. The purifying function of afflictions is founded on God's love of humanity, specifically to refine and rid us of the dross and impurities that cause the destruction of the souls of humankind. What father is willing to watch his son endure shame, indescribable suffering, pain, and death to free others from their condemnation and death? Only the divine, inspired by love. Since God is eternal love, filled with compassion, slow to anger, and abounding in kindness, we can be assured that trials, tests, and afflictions are meant for our good. Episode 5 recognizes those who have found the secret to victory in enduring afflictions. Listen and be blessed by God's ways to overcome. Where is the answer to my why? Many times throughout my life journey, I have asked the Lord, why? As part of our human nature, when we encounter a specific circumstance or challenging situation, many of us have asked this question. Maybe it was an unexpected tragedy like an automobile accident, a seemingly unprovoked killing, an incurable disease, or the loss of someone in your family, or even someone you knew for a short time. It seemed as if their lives were cut short for no apparent reason. Perhaps you know someone diagnosed with cancer or lost their home and all their belongings in a fire. You may have suffered a physical injury or been unemployed for over a year. So many different challenges can cause worry and stress. Difficult situations keep popping up like jabs from a porcupine. When answers don't come, the wounds are so deep you want to scream in pain. You didn't invite any of these invaders into your home, yet they kicked in your door and came in to stay for a while. Painfully, like adding salt to an open wound, you look at others who seem to enjoy life with no troubles and never seem forced to say, why? Whatever the reason, you are seeking a purpose or explanation for a particular situation. If I may, let me suggest an answer to the whys of our lives. Let's suppose for a moment you knew there was a great prize attached to every why. If I had that guarantee, I certainly would be encouraged by each unexpected circumstance in my life, knowing I could expect a reward. Well, bring out your tambourines and dance, because there is a bonus for every why that happens in your life. The Apostle Paul gives us a hint into the secret to the answer to our whys. He says he has had his stomach full, but he knows how to be content when he's hungry. He's had abundance, but knows how to be at peace when in need. He's learned to be content regardless of the circumstances. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. How many rewards can you count by using Paul's way of handling the whys in his life? He speaks contentment and God's peace because he trusts him who holds the answer to every one of them. If we focus on our circumstances, we might be tempted to question the sanity of the conservative Jewish apostle, James, in his response to why. He tells us to delight and be joyful when we have different troubles and adversity. He follows up his logic by saying that patience and discipline are our rewards. The patience we get won't be ordinary. It's the kind of patience that stimulates growth and builds character and maturity. Not long ago, I realized that there is usually an aha moment for the one asking why. The brief story that follows shares how I got the answer to one of my whys. I have a friend who is completely paralyzed and is being cared for in a skilled nursing facility. She is a young mother with a precious spirit who loves the Lord. She has been paralyzed for over 12 years. I had made a mantra in my prayer time of asking, Lord, why did this happen to her? I always added, she didn't deserve this. Sound familiar? One day, I stopped asking because I got it. I realized that her situation held the blessing and the answer to my why question. I began to see how she blessed both of us. I showed her the love of Jesus and started to truly love her without focusing on her paralysis. I regularly went to see her at the nursing center, bringing her cards, gifts, and her favorite foods, and having conversations with her about different things that would keep her comforted in faith. She responded by saying how much she loved me and that she never stops claiming her miracle of healing. Many of the staff at the center tell me they are inspired by my visits. To my surprise, the Lord is using me, my why, to point others to his arms of love. Your answer may not come like the answers to test questions, but if you listen to the Spirit of the Lord, you will be amazed that the answers you seek live within you, and your response to the circumstance or situation will bless you with rewards and power you never expected. According to Scripture, one of the most famous whys ever uttered was spoken by our Redeemer on the cross. My God, why have you deserted me? Imagine his anguish and suffering because of his obedience to love and die for a bunch of humans. Screw-ups, rebellious spirits, sinners. Yet we all know his reward. Resurrection, crowned King of Kings and Lord of Lords, seated at the right hand of God, all power and authority. Your answer to your why may not come immediately or as quickly as an ATM transactions, but you are guaranteed to reap your rewards if you remain patient, listen, and pray.